Good day, everyone. I hope we are all safe in this time of pandemic. We have to embrace this new normal way of learning new things. Today, I will discuss to you about concept-oriented approach. So when we say concept-oriented approach, it is interested in the way in which meanings or semantic concepts are being expressed. So when we say semantic concept, it is a coherent entity in the mind which can be represented by a cluster of symbols. The next one is neither a theory nor a model, but rather a framework for analysis. So when we say framework analysis, it is a whole paradigm approach. Okay? Next is semantics. I know all of you are very familiar with this word, but I have to tackle on this. So, semantics is a study of meaning that is used to understand human expression through language. It focuses mainly on the significance of the meaning of words in a literal sense. It studies the literal meaning. I have here an example using our native language, like the word gahapon means yesterday. The word maayong buntag, good morning, maayong udto, good afternoon. So those are some of the examples. So I have also here an example of semantic in literature. So in the famous soliloquy of Prince Hamlet, To Be or Not to Be by William Shakespeare, has used a word that we use quite differently these days. Hamlet says, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, so here, mortal coil carries a connotative meaning that suggests life, as Hamlet compares death to sleep. However, we are using coils in different connection today, which means a series of spirals tightly joined together. So there are stages of second language acquisition. The first one is pre-production. So when we say pre-production, this is the silent period. English language learners may have up to 500 words in their receptive vocabulary, but they are not really producing language but are parroting. These new learners of English will listen attentively and they may even be able to copy words from the board. They will be able to respond to pictures and other visuals. They can understand and duplicate gestures and movements to show comprehension. So the approximate time frame here is 0 to 6 months. So this is the first stage. The student or the child, he or she has a minimal comprehension. He or she does not verbalize, but he or she draws and points. So the teacher or the parent here could say, okay, Nak, can you show me, or where is the, who has, in ano siya. So that's the role of the parent during that stage. The second one is the early production. So in here, this stage may last up to 6 months, and students will develop a receptive and active vocabulary of about 1,000 words. During this stage, students can usually speak in one or two word phrases like ma, pa. So they can use short language chunks that have been memorized, although these chunks may not always be used correctly. So the approximate time frame here is 6 months to 1 year. So this is now the second stage. So the child, he or she has a limited comprehension, can produce one word or two words as mentioned earlier, or can participate or can participate in using keywords and familiar phrases. So the role of the parent here is to guide the child, like on asking questions. So the child can answer at this stage, can answer yes or no. So that's it. So for the third stage, it is now the speech emergence. So the student or the child have developed a vocabulary of about 3,000 words and can communicate with simple phrases and sentences. They will ask simple questions that may or may not be grammatically correct, such as, "May I go to bathroom?" They will also initiate short conversation with classmates. They will understand easy stories, read in class with the support of pictures. So in this third stage, the approximate time or frame of the child here is 1 to 3 years. So the child can say makes grammar and pronunciation errors. So no, kabalo na siya mag-talk pero there is this dili pa siya in perfect. So the role of the parents here asking, "Okay, nak, why is that? How?" Oh, may ano siya. So the fourth stage is the intermediate fluency. So, English language learners at the intermediate fluency stage have a vocabulary of 6,000 active words. They are beginning to use more complex sentences when speaking and writing and are willing to express opinions and share their thoughts. They will ask questions to clarify what they are learning in class. So these English language learners will be able to work in grade level like math and science classes with some teachers' support. So while in comprehension of English literature and social studies, the content is increasing. So at this stage, students will use strategies from their native language to learn content in English. So that is on the fourth stage, ages 3 to 5 years. So the last stage is the advanced fluency. So it takes students from 4 to 10 years to achieve cognitive academic language proficiency in a second language. Students at this stage will be near native in their ability to perform in content area learning. Most EELLs at this stage have been exited from the ESL and other support programs. At the beginning of this stage, however, they will need continued support from classroom teachers, especially in content areas such as history or social studies and in writing. So this is now the last stage. So, okay. So I guess that's all of my report. So thank you for listening. Again, stay safe and God bless everyone.